Right. Good afternoon, grade 7s. This is Mr. O. I'm going to go over your first worksheet for term 2. I'm just going to mark it. So, naming the notes, the first one is called a semibreve. Second one is called a quaver. Third one is called a dotted minim. The fourth one is called a dotted crotchet. Okay, then we had to draw the rests. Will be a 1 count rest is a crotchet rest. A half a count rest is a quaver rest. A 2 count rest is a minim rest, which is the hat. A 4 count rest is the semi-breve rest, upside down hat. Right, okay, then music maths. 1.5 and 1.5 is 3. 6 plus 3 is 9. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Then rests 6, 7, 8, 9. Then 3 plus 1.5 is 4.5. Then 1 plus half is 2. Then 6 plus 4 is 10. 11.5. That's 1.5. Okay, so just remember your dotted rests. Your dotted quaver is 3/4. Your dotted minim is 3. Your dotted semibreve is 6. Your dotted crotchet is 1.5. Okay, it's that's the original value plus half the original value. We've gone over that before. Then we have to complete with quavers. Only quavers, you can't use rests or any other notes. So you look at the top number, which is 3 counts in a bar. So remember, the method for doing this is you put the counts underneath the notes already given. So that is 2 counts there, 1.5, and half a count, and 0. Then you just minus it from the top number. 3 minus 2 is 1. So quavers, let's just look at quavers again. Quaver on its own, like that, is worth half. When it is joined together in 2, it is worth 1 count. Can be joined in 4, which would be 2 counts. So we only need 1 count here to make it a 3, so we draw 2 quavers. Right, then this is worth 1.5. 3 minus 1.5 is 1.5. How many quavers? So if it's a half a count, we make it a whole count first. So 1 quaver will make it 2 counts, and then another 2 quavers will make it equal 3. Then we've got half a count, so 3 minus half is 2.5. So we make it a whole count first. So now it's 1 count, we still need another 2 counts, so it's 4 quavers. Okay, remember we don't join our quavers in 5. Join them in 4s and 2s and halves. And the last bar, there's 0 there, so we need a whole 3 counts, which is how many quavers? 6. So we draw in 6 quavers, group them in 2s and 4s. Right, okay, then that's simple time because it's over 4. Then we are dealing with compound time over 8. So anything over 8 means we are counting quavers as our whole counts. So if I see 8 quavers here, it's incorrect because we only need 6 quavers in a bar. Okay, so we first check how many quavers or halves are in the given notes if it's over 8. So this is normally a crotchet, which is 1 count. So this is worth 2 quavers. How many quavers in 1.5? 3 quavers. How many quavers in 1 count? 2. 0. Okay, so then we just go 6 minus 2 is 4. So we only need 4 quavers. Okay, and we group them in threes and singly if we are dealing with compound time. Okay, then 3 quavers are there, so we need another 3. 6 minus 3 is 3. Okay, 6 minus 2 is 4. Last bar, we need 6 quavers, so we just draw 6 quavers and we group them in threes. Right, okay, then we're completing with the rests. Remember, we can only use rests. We can't use notes or quavers. Quaver rests we can, but not quavers. So, simple time again, 4 counts in a bar. So, we put the counts there already. 1 count. This is 1.5. 3 and 0. Okay, and we can minus it from the top number. 4 minus 1 is 3. So we need 3 counts, but in rests. So we can use a combination of rests, or we can just make it 1 rest, which is worth 3 already, this one. So the dotted minimum rest is the answer. Hat with a dot. Remember, we can also use a crotchet and a minimum to make 3 counts, as long as it adds up to 4. Then 4 minus 1.5. So remember, we've got to make this whole count first. So 1.5, if we put a quaver rest there, it will equal 2. Then we still need another 2 counts, so we can use 2 crotchets or a minim. Normal minim, not a dotted one. Then 4 minus 3 is 1, so we can use 1 crotchet rest, or we could use 2 quaver rests as long as it adds up. Last thing, there's nothing, so the most simplest one would be a semi-breve upside down hat. Okay, then we're dealing with compound time again. 6/8 means 6 quavers in a bar. Okay, so there's 3 there already. So 3, 1 count has got 2 halves in it, 2. There's 3 there in 1.5, and then there's an extra 1, so there's all 4 together. There's 3 there and 2 in there, so it's 5. Okay, so then we just minus from the top now. 6 minus 3 is 3. So rest that has got 3 halves in it could be a dotted crotchet. It's got 3 halves in it if you break it up. So that could be your answer. Okay, when we're doing this, sometimes it's hard for people to conceptualize it. So an easier way to do this with rests is just draw another 3 quaver rests. Could also be your answer, but that's the easiest method of thinking. Okay, 6 minus 2 is 4, so we need 4 halves, which is a minimum is worth 2. So you're actually just timesing it by 2 to get your halves. Then 6 minus 4 is 2, so you need 2 quavers, which is a crotchet rest. Okay, then 6 minus 5 is 1. So we just need 1 little quaver rest, and we're done. Okay, remember there's also supposed to be bar line, double bar lines ending your piece of music at the end. Right, and also there would be clips before, but we are just dealing with an exercise here. Then add in the correct time signatures. Now remember there's compound time and simple time. So what we are looking for compound time is the bar adding up to a fraction, or are the quavers grouped in threes? Okay, so the quavers are grouped in threes there, so we know that's automatically compound time. What threes are they grouped in? There's 3, 6, 9. So this would be 9 over 8. Okay, this looks all normal. 3, 4. So it would be simple time 4 over 4. Then, also simple would be 6 over 4 because it's 3 and 3. Then these are the semiquavers. Remember, it's got a double thing there. So these are worth quarter each. So for 2 semiquavers would equal half, and 4 of them would equal 1 count. So this is also simple. So it would be 2 over 4. Then put stems on the following notes and change them all into semiquavers. Okay, so semiquavers on their own look like a quaver but an extra tail. They join together, then they look like that. Okay, so let's put stems on them first. So remember the rule is the middle line, everything below it is a D, everything above is a P. So let's do all the ones below to make them D's, D, D, D. Okay, if it's on the middle line, you can choose. I'm going to make it a D. Okay, then all the rest obviously are just P. P, 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 P. Then to make them semiquavers, we are going to add the extra stuff. And there we go. Okay, so last little thing, extra thing. Remember naming notes. We're just going to name these notes. Every good boy deserves fudge for the lines. And for the spaces, you remember the word face. F-A-C-E. Then you ask yourself, is the note on a line or a space? And you match it accordingly. So the first one, if this is the treble clef, so it would be F, C, F, E, C, A, D, A, G, B, and B, and D. Okay, naming the notes off the clef, we'll do another lesson on that. But I've explained this before. You should be able to work it out. Those are called ledger lines, extra lines. Okay, so let's just go through it quickly, actually. So you've got your 5 lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so the order of notes is C, D, E, F, G, A, B. Okay, so using our poem, every good boy deserves fudge, and face for the in-between spaces. So to work out a note below off this grid, like for instance this note, which is a ledger line, we work out the nearest note, which is E, closest to it. Okay, so we all agree that that's E. Then the rule goes in CD in this order of notes, as long as it is a line, then a space, and a line, and a space. And it goes backwards as well. So this is on a line because there's a line drawn through it. So this is a line, it's E. So we go to the next one, which would be on a space. Would be going backwards, D. So the next one on a line would be C. We are going above the clef. Let's say this note. Okay, so our closest one is F. So now we're going this way. F is on a line. The next one on a space would be G. The next one on this line would be A. And the next one on the space would be B. Okay. How about beautiful day?